Welcome to the first match of the third week of the 29th Arena season. I'm late with this video, so sorry for that. I played against Dress from Shadowlands Vanguard, I think. And as you can see, he already attacked when I was recording this and put up quite a big huge score. So I was like not sure if I even can beat that because it felt like an efficiency match, and I generally don't like them, so I wasn't really paying too much attention or, not taking things too serious. So if I get through, I get through. If not, I'm not. And I started again with Maul versus Gas, like in the match against Fatal. And again, both Gas and Files are Relic 9, sorry. But yeah, this time I didn't really care. I was like, yeah, as I said, if I get through, I get through. If not, I'm not. And yeah, I wasn't too intimidated again by Relic 9 because I fought them before. I don't know really what happened against Fatal. I guess the stun or like the Datacron had impact as well, but he has also Datacron involved. So yeah, I guess tough luck last round. So and this time, yeah, just simply getting through. Managed to kill Fives first, then all the other clones, and now it's just Gas. And since he stays, he's not so much of a threat anymore, and then you just go out on him and kind of just finish the job for full banners, plus the 10 banners, so 75 for a start. That was nice. And then I went on to the next battle, which was JMK. I think it's level 9 Datacron with something, I forgot. Ah yeah, the stun thing, as you can see here. So I took in my own JMK, I also have Datacron, but I don't have the stun. I have stacking offense, I think, and recovery of 2% something, protection and health. This something tells you that I don't pay too much attention to Datacron, which I potentially should, especially now that the second set is out. And when I saw them, or like the stats you can get, like 25% TM, I was like, ugh, don't even want to think about that. Yeah, but here in this match, it was okay overall. Of course, JMK can't be stunned, but you just have to time your cleanses right to get out of stun, and then just hope that you at some point, or not really hope, just work towards hammering down Cat. That helps. And of course, JKA is in this team, which makes it a bit annoying, as you can see, because he then gets a bonus turn when you put him low enough, and depending on the offense, so it can get quite nasty. But once Cat is out, the team really falls apart, and then JMK follows soon enough, and so it's quite easy after that. But still, you lose banners, right? So I think I only got 60 or so. Let's see. Yeah, 60 banners, and so I was like, okay, I don't really try to pay attention too much anyway to win this match. So I just went for not really dicey battles, but dicier battles. So as you can see here, Starkiller versus Ray. There again is an Datacron involved, but it didn't have those 15% TM, and didn't have this crazy 75% thing. Or maybe it had, I'm not 100% sure. It was just if I don't let them get a turn, it doesn't matter how much damage they're doing. Yeah. But as you can see, I got Shark everywhere, so that's quite comfy. It helps me to get into my own ult, the Starkiller ult, that is quite fast. Almost took out Holo here, but didn't really happen, so getting some defense penetration. Then Ray goes into ult, so I try to stun everyone just so that they don't make stupid things while they can be damaged. Yeah, here I had my ult, but of course I didn't use it yet because I wouldn't do any damage right now, because then this sort of damage unity here, more like this reduced damage. And so I was just waiting for Ray to come out of the ult, and yeah, just wait. And as you can see, it didn't do much. Stunned again. So I attacked Finn because I want to get him out, then took my ult down, got everyone out except Holo because she wasn't damage immunity. Got Ray into damage immunity here, and yeah, just now have to wait until she comes out. Luckily there is damage immunity on my tank, so she didn't take him out, but of course he took away many banners here, which was unfortunate. Maybe I should have waited with the ultimate because it costs me quite some banners again. I think I only get like not even 60 here. As you can see, Visas is below 100% health, so it's just like 59. Unfortunate, like again, banners wasted, so didn't have much hope for winning this. And then we had I think it's also level 9 Datacron on our friend Lord Vader, which isn't really an issue at all. I think the only issue you have with this team is the health steal, or like high health, high protection on these characters. But I felt quite comfortable using Fennec here. Just here I was debating, should I take out Thrawn because he had fractured, or should I just take out the Relic 9 tank and then take out Thrawn the classic way? I opted for the second option, and so took him out. So Bam got out of fracture, but it's the worst character to be fractured because he gives out the damage immunity. Yeah, then Vader causes some havoc, but not really too much of a problem as of now, as you can see. And so I was quite positive about this match, calling to assist Fennec here, just so I can take out Vader, Darth Vader of course. And then, yep, take out Maul, and so it's 5 versus 1. Things are looking good, but the problem was, of course, because of the cooldown reductions that Vader has potentially, like this chance. Yeah, you have to play very careful, play your cards right. Ideally, always have Taunt on Bosk, but also hope that he's topped off. And ideally, you also want to apply Armor Shred, and this, I guess, I didn't do that because I was just too used to like the regular battles where there isn't that much health steal involved. You can just hammer down Lord Vader without the armor shreds. It just doesn't really matter, I think, as long as your offense on Fennec is high enough, the special offense. Yeah, unfortunately Bam was taken out here, and so I feel like, okay, this can get dicey, but I still can win it. Yeah, should have laid down armor shred at some point because now it gets very risky. Here, now it was close, and I was hoping, yeah, if I would have the special available, it would have been okay, but I didn't, so took out Fennec, and then, yeah, it was over. So I lost this this fight, but I still didn't really know if it would cost me the match, because I think 20 banners is always okay. And now just waiting until the fight is over, so that I can go into the cleanup, and that happened now. So 4 banners, yay. So cleanup is very simple with Mon Mothma. I think she's potentially the best cleanup crew for Lord Vader. Just the TM gain is amazing. You have the cleanses on your team, and yeah, if there is no Datacron involved, or like Datacron on the Lord Vader team, I think you can also like one-shot weaker Lord Vader teams with this team. Here you also don't need Kara, at least for the cleanup of a single solo Lord Vader, because you can't reduce his turn meter, so there's no point in using Kara, and Biston is potentially better here because he has Frenzy, so he can cycle a little bit better. You have more chances, you know, to get turn meter from the other characters, because when Frenzy gets like 100% turn meter, if the next unit uses a special, and so he gets that, and then you can cycle a little bit better potentially. Yep, and so Lord Vader didn't really stand a chance, as you can see. So it's a death by 1,000 cuts, and eventually you just clean him up, and so that was the front wall. Unfortunately, we drop one battle, and here looking at the back wall, it was really not so much frightening here. And so I thought like, okay, let's see, maybe I still have a chance to win, which I did at this point in time. And then I used one of my GLs that I had for offense, as a solo versus the Staff Revan. I could have used troopers as well, no big problem, but I thought, yeah, if I can getting an easy solo, I prefer that over having to use troopers that I could use elsewhere, right? So, and yeah, I'm Supreme Light Calorian versus this Staff Revan never really has been a big problem. At times it can go downhill, depending on the comp you're playing against. I think HK or Marauder might be bigger problems, that they can cause some problems with their damage output. But this team, more like the defensive lineup, isn't really a problem at all. Unfortunately, I don't get back to full protection, of course, and so I just got like full health, 67. Then we had the droids here. There was another team I wanted to use Wampa on, so I used Wampa here. And it's pretty simple. Like I've shown also in the match versus Fatal. I think the only thing you really have to be afraid of is this, when you get like looping tenacity down from, or not looping, just like tenacity down from BB-8 into a stun from R2, and then potentially getting another stun from R2 and then being stun locked and having to wait to get out of it. By that time you might get some damage, and depending on the comp that you're facing. But after the droids are out, it's really simple. You just press auto. From time to time you have to stop the auto and use your first special just to get some burst protection back, as you can see here, and then you can go back into auto. And you have to wait because Sortie is a bit of a beefy one, so it takes some time, and you want to stack the offense. As you can see, just the raw helps with that. Yeah. And like my Wampa is Relic 8 in this team, like you can see, Sortie is also Relic 8. I guess it comes down to modding as well, so maybe there's a timeout risk, not sure. But generally, so my Wampa is more optimized for tenacity and health, but not super high health, of course, because I have like 3 tenacity sets on him, on her, I don't know. So offense is a bit of an issue, but it stacks eventually, so it's not much of a problem. Then versus this annoying Dash team, best Elite Jedi, because there was no other GL, and so it was quite straightforward. You pass the turn to JKL, stun everyone. Then you take our friend Vendor out. Then you take Dash out, or whoever is next, whoever you like to take out. Take out the tank, L3, because she's annoying. Then Kira, and then yeah, Nest does something, but because of the bonus protection, she isn't really a problem, and then JK just one-shots her. So full banners, that was nice. I think the next fight I took versus the Inquisitors. I had GL left, and so I took it in, which is C, as you can see. And I took with what's his face? Just to get rid of all the debuffs that you might get from this team. And other than that, this was a very fast Grand Inquisitor, I think like almost 360, and I was like, I have something else, but I didn't want to take it in, so I just took in C. I think it's a straightforward battle, not really much to talk about, or not much to say. Of course, they have, yeah, when they get rolling, it always feels a bit weird. You think they do something, and they do. I think they're quite underrated now with Grand Inquisitor. They can do a lot, I think. But versus C, it's very hard for them because, as you can see, because they're so fast and they're taking so many turns, the ult charges reach quite quickly. Then, and after that, you just take out the characters, and it's then straightforward. I think what they're really lacking, or still lacking, is like one character that really without having stacks of purge, like big damage, like really big damage. Grand Inquisitor does quite some damage, but not as much that helps you immediately in a way, or that helps you, or like throughout the battle more often. And depending on who you take out, like Second Sister or 8th Brother or whoever, you're lacking another damage dealer. And second sister does quite good damage, but you really have to set it up, which, yeah, is a little bit like with Talon. She does amazing damage if you have the setup right, but it takes time, and we're just used to having those high damage dealers that are just always dealing high damage, just such as JKL or like I don't know, Han, Julia, I don't know, you know, these guys. Then Night Sisters, I had Darth Revan for offense. Kind of like to keep him, but nowadays, but mainly because I don't have the highest speed on him anymore. He's only like 345 at the moment, and very often PATs you're facing are like 350, 50 plus, minus also 360 plus. So it's for Darth Revan it's quite tough to be on defense these days, and especially when you're using Talon in a different setup or a different lineup. When you use her with Traya, for instance, so you're lacking the boost there, the 20 speed that you get from her. So it often is better just like to use him on offense. At least in my case, of course. That's also I placed Darth Maul with Darth Maul lead with Revan versus Fatal because I wanted to have something fast and I didn't. So that was the only reason. Otherwise, I'm aware that this team is inferior to regular Darth Revan lead, right? Yeah, then versus Maul Mothma, I used my troopers. I didn't really expect to be faster. I didn't really check the speed from Kyle because usually it doesn't really matter. They win anyway. So, yeah. But I was faster, it makes it easier, or less risk of potentially still losing. And so that was nice. And then was the battle that, again, was unfortunate. But because I was making okay progress in terms of banners, usually, 65s or higher, the other battles, and so, except the Darth Revan battle, of course, but still, it was okay, and so I was hoping, maybe I can get like a 62 or 60, whatever, here, to make up some more banners. Could have also like played a different, could have played Bad Batch here. I think I still have Bad Batch for offense, would also been an option. But Quill was a little bit faster, I didn't want to risk it, but the banner recovery on Bad Batch of course is amazing, so they would have been better than this because they just didn't want to kill Qui-Gon Jinn. So I went into fleets, didn't have much hopes, I needed quite a high average to win this match still, but there still was hope, so nothing was lost yet. Then I'm playing against Malevolence. There was Malevolence on the defense. Then there was it Tarkin? I think it was Tarkin. So Empire and Executor, of course. And yeah, so I played with Negotiator. Try to get good banners, but not really happening here. Like I have to train this more. This matchup. I guess for most of you it's standard, right? So how can someone struggle with this, getting good banners there? But I never played this in Arena. I always used Finalizer against Negotiator, and there hadn't been much of the Grievous fleets in my Arena chart. So, and now everyone just uses Executor, so there's not much time to test. But anyway, just it's still good enough to get a one-shot. So that's my skill in that matchup. Yeah, getting a one-shot is enough for you. So no point in waiting longer. So I took him out and got only 67 banners, which was unfortunate. Then I used my Executor versus their Empire fleet. So Executrix, I think it is. And try to get good banners here. As I've seen in the past, I also managed to fail with this against the Thrawn fleet. But felt quite comfortable in winning this, and just taking out the bomber and getting a two-shot, like a twofer here, Bomber and TIE Fighter, which was nice. Then, of course, Interceptor comes in, but it doesn't really matter. Just taking out Vader next, because he's annoying with his damage output over time. Getting the AoE, no problem. Ability blocks, alright. And then I heal up instead of calling a reinforcement, because I think like it's 3 versus 1 should be enough just to take out the Interceptor, which happened here. So 74 banners. And then I had a total blackout. I was looking at the Executor and I was like, oh, okay, this is like for the Rebels, right? I'm just taking the Rebels and I hope I get a one-shot and then win this match still. And then I was like, okay, this is not Rebel. This is my first order. What did I do there? And I totally blanked and seconded along the wrong fleet without even having fleet preload or setups. So totally blackout for about 10 seconds. And so I was like, okay, oh, now I lost the match. That's guaranteed. But still just want to clean up this fleet, right? So yeah, as I said, attacking in Rebels, because this is Rebel food. You need a high relic pilots for that, of course, which I have, thankfully. And so, yeah, still try to make the best out of this scenario now that I also tried to, as you can see, only took in 2 reinforcements, because that's usually what you need versus Executor with the normal lineup, but doesn't matter if it's the wrong lineup. So yeah, but still try to take out at least the sides, which happened. So with sides I mean everyone else but Houndstooth, because usually Houndstooth is annoying. If it takes too long to take it out, it just, yeah, blocks you. But yeah, so far so good. Got at least IG-2000 out and Xanadu, and now there is healing immunity, and so I was like, oh, maybe I can take out Houndstooth here. Let's see. And here I even got an Ebon Hawk and landed buff immunity, so I was hoping for a big shot on Houndstooth, which unfortunately didn't happen. I couldn't buff with the shuttle. I wanted to buff our friend here, Silencer or TIE Slicer. And then I could have taken out Houndstooth, but that wasn't possible because there was ability block, so I only got like yeah, the basic off, and the basic didn't even go on Houndstooth because Taunt was gone, and it's a big mess. But at least I got out Slave 1, and then now my damage dealer is out of the picture, so it's a guaranteed loss, so I have to clean this up. But yeah, also lost the match because of that. Not only because of that, also because I lost some banners in battles where it wasn't necessary. Again, Starkiller ult was badly timed. Then the banners against the Scoundrels could have been better. And here and there some stupid stuff also, like with the negotiator battle. So even the drop battle against Lord Vader wasn't the problem here. It was the rest of the match, and this stupid mistake of taking in the wrong fleet and like blacking out there. Now I have the right fleet. And yeah, so like as a spoiler, as you guessed it by now, I lost this round. So congrats to Draz. You could have had something in the in-game chat at least. Just putting you on blast here. You didn't respond. Boo. No, totally fine. Yeah, I didn't expect to win it anyway after I saw on the high score, so I was like, ugh. Datacrons and efficiency, this only can be bad result. And so anyway, I had a chance at winning this even after the loss against Lord Vader, and I threw it away by playing stupid and being stupid. So yeah. But I think I have to look at Datacrons again as well, like, and when they continue doing this and keep them on Galactic Legends, I think I'm out. Not from playing the game, but from even trying in Grand Arena, you know. It's just like, I don't need like this another layer of thinking you have to do, or the grind. And I don't spend money on such things, like, so that's that round. I lost. Congrats again to Dras, and see you in the next match. Thanks for watching. Ciao.